Okay, now we are starting cheating as per fraud chapter. Okay, and there are sections under IPC, which is section 415 to section 420, 415 से लेकर 420 तक. पहले हमने पढ़ा था क्रिमिनल ब्रीच ऑफ ट्रस्ट, दैट इज सेक्शन 405 to 409. 406 onwards we have a penalty. 406, 7, 8, these all relates to the penalty. Okay, now let's go into this topic, that is cheating. Cheating, that means deals with the offense of cheating. Basically these sections deals with the offense of cheating. Now what cheating is: whoever by deceiving any person fraudulently or dishonestly induced the person so deceived to deliver any property or any person, or the consent that the person shall retain any property, or intentionally induced the person so deceived to do or omit to do anything which he would nor do or omit if he were not so deceived, and which act or omission causes or likely to cause damage or harm to that person in body, mind, reputation, property, as said to cheat. Basically, to whom it may harms body, mind, reputation or property, BMRP. Okay, BMRP, there is a thing that the body, mind, reputation, property, if anything, any damage or any harm did to such did to the person in body, person's body, mind, reputation or property, then it is said to cheating. Okay, this definition is important, but we already get into this, that if by deceiving any person or dishonestly induce the person, basically he was inducing that person to deceive. Okay, now a by falsing, pretending the civil service, basically know that he is a pretending that he is a civil servant, and Z is a shop owner, and A comes to Z, and Z say to A that A said to Z that I am a civil servant, give me this amount, give me this goods, I'll pay you tomorrow, and he never goes back to his shop again, and Z gives him such goods in the faith of that A will return. A is a civil servant, no? So basically in that thing, that A is pretending that himself that he is a civil servant. Now get into the second topic, that is A by putting a counterfeit mark on articles, intentionally deceives Z into belief that this article made by certain celebration manufacturer, thus deceitfully induced to buy and pay for the articles. Okay, and also here also that is a sample, there's some sample has been given to Z, which sample they have given, sample is up to the mark, but when it's come to the product is not up to the mark, product has a low standard, then it comes also a cheating. Then A sells and conveys an estate to B. Okay, A knowing that consequences of such sale he has no right to the property, sales or mortgage the same to Z without disclosing the fact of previous sale, and conveys to B, and receive or the purchase or mortgage money from Z. A cheats. Here A cheats. He has not said that this property has already been mortgaged to someone. Okay, already convinced. Okay, now what is the major ingredients for cheating? We already had an idea about ingredient of criminal breach of trust. Okay, enthrust. What are the code words? That is enthrust and entrust in the property, personal gain or wrongful gain, and if romancery is involved, then it comes to, and we are Dalal, or some Dalal case was there, we are Dalal, I'm sure. Okay, now main ingredients of cheating are as under: deception of any person. Here is a deception of any person, fraudulently or dishonestly inducing that person. Here is a fraudulently and dishonestly inducing that person to deliver any property or to any person, or to consent that any property shall retain any property, or intentionally inducing that person to do or omit to do anything which he would not do or omit if he were not so deceived, and which act of omission causes or is likely to cause damage or harm to that person in body, mind, reputation or property. But we basically get into these definition, that there is a person, he is deceiving someone, okay, deception, fraudulently or dishonestly inducing someone, forcing him to do something, inducing the someone, deliver of any property to any person, to or consent of that person shall retain in any property, that okay, you'll retain this one thing, I'm saying okay, retain this. Then intentionally inducing that person or omit to do anything, मतलब बेसिकली ये कहना चाह रहे हैं कि उसने वो काम कर दिया जो वो नहीं करता अगर उसे डिसीव नहीं किया जाता, उसे धोखा नहीं दिया जाता तो वो ऐसा नहीं करता, ठीक है। मीन्स कि अगर किसी को हमने बोल दिया है कि इस स्टॉक में इन्वेस्ट कर दो, वो नहीं करता अगर हम उसे प्रॉपर इन्फॉर्मेशन देते कि भाई वो स्टॉक ख़राब है, हमने उसे फोर्स कर दिया, भले ही अमाउंट उसका लगा है बट वी आर इंड्यूसिंग हिम कि भाई नहीं नहीं इतना इतना बेनिफिट होता है, अब लॉस हो गया तो इट्स नॉट आवर कप ऑफ टी, ओके। सो हेयर वी आर इंड्यूसिंग समवन, अगर हम उसे बहुत ज़्यादा लालच नहीं देते कि भाई इससे पक्का पक्का इतना होगा, इतनी सारी चीज़ें होंगी, तो वो नहीं लगाता पैसा उसमें, ठीक है। इट कम्स टू द चीटिंग, ओके। नाउ देयर इज़ अ केस लॉ, that is M.N. Oja and others, Alok Kumar Srivastav, was held that where an intention on the part of the accused is to retain wrongfully the excise duty which the state is empowered under law to recover from another person which has removed non-duty paid tobacco and one bonded warehouse to another, they are held guilty for cheating, okay. Here what has been done in this case, that intention on the part of accused is to retain wrongfully excise duty. He was basically wrongfully retaining the excise duty which he needs to pay to the state, okay. So here we can come that it is the part of cheating. Now T.R. Arya versus State of Punjab, here it was held that negligence in duty without any dishonest intention cannot amount to cheating. He did a negligence, like okay, I'll pay tomorrow, and he didn't pay on a due date, then there must be some penalty imposed on him, but it is not comes under the cheating. The bank employee, on comparison of signature of drawer, passes a check, okay. There may be negligence resulting in loss to the bank, but it cannot be held for cheating, okay. When on comparison of signature of drawer passes a check, Now punishment for cheating. Section 417. Section 417 provides that whoever cheats shall be punished, ठीक है, with the imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to 1 year, fine or both. It's a basically a compoundable offense because or is in it, na? But with fine only imprisonment can be done by the company we had, na? But it's under IPC, okay. Cheating by personation, he is personating that I am so and so, okay. Then personation, we also had an idea in chapter number 1. Now a person is said to be cheated by a personation if he cheats by pretending to someone. Basically in that case the offense is committed whether individual. What is the penalty? Penalty same, no? Basically penalty same, that is 1 year, fine or both. Class illustration, A cheats by pretending to be certain rich banker. This is not so important. Now punishment for cheating by personation. Yeah, there is a punishment of 3 years or with fine or both. 3 years, fine or both. Now cheating with knowledge of wrongful loss may ensue to person whose interest offender is bound to protect. means whose interest is offender bound to protect. This is very relevant for this upcoming examination. It is very important part of this cheating topic. Now section 418 deals with it, that whose interest offender is bound to protect. Basically, like I'll give you an example कि इंदिरा गांधी जी को गोली मारी गई थी उन्हीं के सिक्योरिटी गार्ड्स के थ्रू. सिक्योरिटी गार्ड्स हैव अ ड्यूटी टू प्रोटेक्ट इंदिरा गांधी फ्रॉम एनी अदर पर्सन ना, और उन्हीं लोगों ने उनके ऊपर गोलियाँ चला दी. दैट मीन्स सो दे आर, उन्हें बल्कि उनकी प्रोटेक्शन करनी चाहिए थी, बट दिस हाउ वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड. Now, according to section 418, whosoever cheats with the knowledge that he is likely to cause wrongful loss to a person whose interest in the transaction to which the cheating relates, he was bound either by law or by legal contract to protect, shall be punished with imprisonment or of either description for a term which may extend to 3 years or fine or both. Basically same like a personation cases. So section 418 and 419. 418 related to offender whose interest offender is bound to protect and cheating of personation. 419. Now cheating and dishonestly inducing delivery of properties. Section 420. As per section 420, 420 it is important. As per section 427, whoever cheats and thereby dishonestly induce the person deceived to deliver any property to any person or to make, alter or destroy the whole or any part of a valuable security or anything which is signed or sealed which is capable of being converted into a valuable security shall be punished with an imprisonment of either 7 years, shall also be liable to fine, and shall also be liable to here 7 years and fine. Okay, so it is a simple cheating. Simple cheating as per section 417. Then section 417 comes into the picture. Section 420 comes into operation when there is delivery or destruction of any property or alteration or destruction of any valuable security resulting from an act of a person deceiving. Okay. Now, in Shruti Enterprises vs. State of Bihar, it was held that mere breach of contract cannot give rise to the criminal prosecution under section 41420 unless fraudulent or dishonest intention is shown. Basically, mens rea has to be proven here. Is shown right in the beginning of the transaction. It is right of the beginning, means before the transaction happened, they have an intention to deceive such person. Okay, when the offense is said to be have been committed, if it is established that intention of the accused was dishonest at the time of entering into the agreement when liability will be a criminal and accused will be guilty of offences of cheating. On the other hand, if all that is established is that a representation made by accused has been subsequently not been kept, criminal liability cannot be fastened on the accused, and only right which complaint acquires is to a decree of damage or breach of contract. Now, fraudulent deeds and disposition of a property. Also, in section 40420, there must be there has to be many persons has to be involved in such case. It's not just a one time or one person has involved in it. There are many. Okay. Now, section 4121 and section 424. Here, as per Indian Penal Code, these sections deal with fraudulent conveyance referred in section 53 of the Transfer of Property Act. So in next lecture we'll go with these sections. Bye bye.